But tell them, teach them. I say we're winning right now. Oh yes, teach them winning right now, but you forget the trophy to where you're living right now. Teach them. I say we're winning right now, yeah.
I am here vibing, one of dancehall's most prolific hitmakers, a true lyrical genius, producer, songwriter. His parents named him Jeffrey Campbell, but we know him as
Agent SASCO or Assassin, either one.
Double O.
Yeah, man. See there?
6, 7.
Below, you know? Yeah, man.
All is well, sir?
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Brother, it's a joy, sir.
Yeah,
Believe I waste the time to tell you that.
Yeah, man.
It's a joy.
Likewise, man. I'm a fan of the work, so
Yeah, man.
you don't know.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Check, come on, respect. This is Agent SASCO representing for Teach Them. Teach them! What I reach them.
Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them!
A man where people want to sell me things because them things say, me are you. Me I say, nah man, me not have them money there, man. I don't be, man. I don't be.
A good man.
Brother, you say all is well?
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Yeah, man, blessings. Talk to us too. Early life, place of birth.
All right, so I'm born on Crossroad, not all.
Not all?
Yeah. Yeah. But, I guess, the early parts, I think I just had the niceness. So I was raised between Kintyre, a place named Peter District in St. Catherine, and then spent some time in a place named Cornwall Mountain in Westmoreland.
Okay.
Yeah, like somewhere between 2 and 4. So I was separated from my earliest memories, don't include my mother until about 5 when I was reunited with her. My mother was ill at the time when I was born, so that's why I said the niceness kind of ease off. And so I was away from my mother for several years and reunited at about 5 or so. And then that's when I also reunited with my siblings, my brother and my sister. And that's when also the love of music was discovered.
So that was a Kintyre now?
Yeah, man. So we reached back to Kintyre.
And Daddy lived in St. Catherine?
Yes, and still. So yeah, it's a...
okay, to and fro.
Yeah, man, of course. Weekend, yes, and them thing like that. But most of my growing up, between 5 and 17 was Kintyre.
Okay, it's a siblings. How many of them?
All right, so my father have 9.
Yeah?
I had the middle of the 9 there, so. And then my mother have 3, and then I had the last one.
Wash belly for mommy.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many actually grew up in the house in Kintyre?
So that would have been 3 of us, my sister, my brother, and myself, and then it's 2 houses in the yard, so we're cousins as well. 2 cousins, and then we have cousin up the road, you know that.
So it was like an extended family type of vibe thing.
Yeah, and then now, of course, our yard for quite a while it was a little like, vibe central. So neighbors and things come for hang out in the yard same way, and as I say, cousins, and when people even fly in, still.
And there's them there.
Yeah, they want, forward in and everything that, yeah.
But it was humble settings.
Yeah, man. That's why it was a board house.
Board house record.
Yeah, 2 board houses in the yard and things. So our one was a 1-bedroom, so my mother bed over there, so and she put on a time, she put up a curtain and thing, and one of the time my bed was actually what you call it? Just the
sponge?
Single mattress. Yeah,
mattress.
Well, sponge mattress, same difference. The little ones, man, you keep under the bed, I'm just try it out.
The way things are that one.
Yeah, man, them kind of vibes. But
yes.
Like I said, so in the midst of all that though, as I said, when people fly in, them still want to come forward. Right? So, yeah, you see me? Yeah,
so financially speaking though, I mean, you just alluded to some of it. What was it really like though?
There was a duality because my father was, doing okay, and it just, so would still have, so for example, my mother never had TV, but my father had color TV.
So that thing never so bad?
Never, yeah.
He was still in the military at the time?
No. So by the time I only saw pictures in the album and thing, him used to run a sawmill and was at Public Works for a while. But so when me have sense and know him...
He was no longer a member of the military, member of the military?
No, I was running a sawmill at the time, as far as I remember, yeah.
Yes.
And he used to draw a cane to him with the liquor.
Okay.
Yeah, a truck, man. The man talk about truck. If you get him on the program, talk about truck for 3 hours straight.
Okay, cool.
Back end and what you call it, gearbox and all them thing there. Yeah.
So, mommy...
Yeah.
Met the thing happen despite...
So of course, like I said, my mother was ill on and off, and so, she wasn't able to work for extended periods. So yeah, so I think that was the major reason for the kind of but she still try her hustle. One of the time she used to sell like ice and how you call it, ice cream cake, and sometimes she used to sell colognes or whatever, Old Spice.
Old Spice.
What you call it. And yeah, so she will still
hustling,
do something for herself, yeah.
But
and dressmaking.
Dressmaking.
And then she used to like give extra lessons, to kids in the community. But to me, I think that was more
voluntary thing.
Yeah, that wasn't a pay enough, but still,
okay,
just keep her vibes.
Yes. So growing up there, despite the fact that the thing that kind of set away still, you have good memories from
Absolutely,
childhood.
man. Yeah, I mean, especially now, and that's what that album was about. It was recognizing how critical all of those experiences were. I wouldn't trade them at all. And like I said, is when you start to get some amount of exposure, you get more aware of what you never had. But when you have the correct perspective, you're able to see all that you had. And
Interesting.
so like I said, that's what the album was about. Just celebrating all of that and the banks of the hope, and
like Journey on the album kind of tell them things.
Them vibes.
But we soon get around to that.
Yeah.
Schooling though, where did you attend school?
Yeah, so my first memories of school was in Westmoreland. So I don't know that school name. And then I look at basic school down the road from my father. I mean, them. So when you have the church and then them keep a little So that's the earliest schooling. Remember. Then another basic school at Kentire. I guess by the time I reunited with my mother, there, so that not a name neither. Just a school in our church. At school in our church. And then Hope Valley. And then
that was all age of Hope Valley what? Primary?
It named Hope Valley Experimental. Yeah, primary school, because it went to grade 6. And that was it. And then for a very short stint, I think it was less than a year, I was at, my sister did the Willowdene prep. That is one of the time when, between mommy and daddy.
Okay.
So, and then of course, from Hope Valley to Camperdown.
Seadown.
Yeah, red and blue, straight.
Yes, so while at Seadown now, because this is when the music, you see, you started getting an appreciation for the music at about 5 them time then.
So so again, my earliest memories include being fascinated by the art form. And by the time I was 5, what really happened is, so I just love it because, I love it and that's it, right? But by the time I reunite now with my mother and, that side of family, and especially my older brother, took a very keen interest in we can DJ, and so it was really, so I always had the appreciation and the passion for it, but that was I guess the first introduction to the fact that other people cared about it, and so it became more valuable to me because of that. So I would want to I could appreciate others appreciating it. So, what I mean? And of course, you get attention and, all of that. And it became something that people tell you that you're good at. And so, them things that build a little esteem and anything, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I always had the love for the music and just a very keen interest in it. And then I realized very early on that because of that, I was able to identify a lot of things that I was shocked that everybody else never realized that. So, for example, being 5 and 6, I'm a DJ up at Kentire and, like big man jump on the rhythm wrong. I said, a 4 bar, 4 and then 8, and like,
And them now pick up that and you realize that at 5, 6.
Yeah, so things like that, But is by paying keen attention to it, because it's like the moment I learn for count is when I realize, this thing I'm going at 4,
1,
4.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, man. And then after that,
Yeah, that's the one I can tell you have a name. It was more...
Silver Line.
Silver Line.
So it's a little... All
Set
so,
line.
and yeah, and no disrespect to Silver Line, but we just keep it real. It's a community set. You have bigger sound system, but he's a man where used to, as far as I understand, he used to travel and thing and come in and build up him sound. And in that yard, them used to have show like him. One time he used to have the community. Call it cinema kind of right, man having TV and video and Lone Rambo and thing there and karate show and beer things. So yeah, so that was the yard where all of them things go on. And of course, very, very often we used to sneak out and and it seemed as if always the nicest part of the show. You just hear, yo. You have to take care of yourself. But
yes.
Yeah, so that was the yard. So, I mean, and the first time, so that was, I'm saying at the tune, the first time I touch a microphone, I done a Presley yard. There's a brother named Presley. Yeah,
so
Presley.
Silver Line was owned by Presley.
So, I don't know if I really Presley own it, but doesn't know say a Presley yard. And Presley are the one I used to do the traveling. And then, man, that you must have 10-speed bicycle and I remember I used to have this full suit of like rider gear with the cap or flick up. So them time I call it the shocking color thing.
Yes.
So yeah, man, when the man they fly in and stay, so yeah, it's a vibe. So yeah, I don't know if it was actually Presley Sound and brother them or just cause it's another yard with a lot of people like but a Presley yard still. That's how we know it as.
I remember when I spoke to you down by Major Mackerel benefit concert, you made mention of the fact that Major Mackerel grew up. Well, you grew up very close to where Major Mackerel was at the time.
But so I know I'm him brother and him sister and thing, but when me have sense, me just hear some Mackerel come from this and fly out.
Okay.
Yeah, but him did fine.
I thought whilst he was doing the music, you were kind of, I just try to dig out that, but
no.
So early out from...
But to that point though, knowing say, Mackerel, a Mackerel yard, and it's a boardhouse it was still like mine. So I think even some way, it never seemed unrealistic when you start to entertain the idea of, maybe
this thing because, already.
Yeah, but to tell you the truth though, all of my growing up years, even though I could DJ and people tell me, and I'm realizing for myself too, when you go to them little talent show and things, sometimes even me and my sister, for example, I met the trek from up on my father for go Kentire now and with our Spanish town and some DJ contest going, I said, go on the fool, and I did it. And even then I could realize that the level of competition, I know some did.
You can stand up to it.
No, we're not stand up to it. I know some did better than what I go on this. So no, and I think keeping it real, man. In other words, as I say, man, I jump on and read him wrong and them thing there. So I grow like 1.5 feet when I turned 15. So growing up, I did always very little. So even that, there was an advantage. And a little you take the mics and, right.
People love that.
So I did do all of them match there already. So, and a couple of times I did take the mic and what? So yeah, back to the Mackerel thing now. Knowing, say, that's where Mackerel come from, a boardhouse like the same, similar like what we live in. It sort of made it,
seems attainable.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, Tavern now, Caperton come from Tavern and Roundhead. And, sometimes the bus a pass and see Roundhead them and Caperton them. So, again, it never felt like... Killer made mention of something similar. So, when you used to see Shabba and thing, it seemed...
Make it seem more reachable.
Yeah.
You can grasp it.
But, so this is the point I'm going to try and make. I... Still, as much as I know I can DJ and all of that, it still did seem somehow that it was still reserved for a special set of people. Even though I see the man, so yeah, him come from where you come from, yes, and him live right around there, so, but, maybe some special, ordained, something come from out of the sky and, whisper to him on the evening, I don't know. But it did always feel like, and I guess it go back to the kind of, respect and reverence I have for the art form, where it I have like the ultimate respect for these people. Professor Nuts, Papa's son, Lieutenant Stitchy, you name it. As a kid, I used to just think to them, man, really must be some alien or something, because no man, because I respect the what them doing so much is like you can't see them as normal. To come like you say a man I work miracles and decide say him, you just like him. No, it did seem incredible, man.
Yeah, so whilst now at Seadown, you were a book type of youth. Early out? No?
Even teacher them ever see this. So here's the thing. So like, I was always a top 10, top 5 student.
Yeah, book you,
Yeah.
man.
No, well, so here's the thing. So potential-wise, if I was ever a good student, then, you know, would have there some top university now, you know, doing whatever. But
Yeah.
I was always, what do you call it now? What's the word? Hyperactive, mischievous, you name it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me the one where I get all of the joke them in the class. And so therefore, me get the grades, but me never, I
You
must
kind of
tell you,
distracted some of the time.
never-
You're not focused,
no,
right?
it's not even focus, it's just like, me just get by and, you know, yeah. But I was I can't go tell you I was no good student. But, you know, I got 6 form and him thing, you know, and things. So, you see me?
It wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I guess it was okay.
Yeah, so while at CEDO now, the music still manifests itself, come out.
Yep, no, absolutely, man. I mean, so, all right, so from my first DJ contest in a big way was grade 3 at Hope Valley.
Okay.
I'm a win, of course. I did perform Tansa back, Professor Nuts. Them time there was Tiger Wen was the big tune.
Okay.
And of course, again, I did don't do the maths and know say, these are the big song. Everybody
are going to sing it.
So about 5 bands sing it. By the time it reached number 5, I kill them and kill it. so I did don't do the maths and know say, you can't use none of the
Yeah, look on the thing. Why
so
early,
I say,
brother?
all right, my draft a thing named Tansa back. And of course, me always of the storytelling and them thing there. By the way, people, me tell you, like, Aboriginal like Professor Nuts, when I go keep the big show, I'm making you know so I love him and them thing there because he's a master, man. So, no,
You miss that for sure.
Yeah,
You
man.
miss that.
So, and you know, of course, you have several others, but I think Nuts is unique in his brand of delivery and you know, this, you know, kind of
Lyrical
when good at-
content and
yeah,
things, style and
very,
things.
very
True.
unique. So,
True.
salute. Nuts is one of my favorites from morning. So, yeah, so that was grade 3 there. So, and then now, from that, there was a school barbecue or something like that at Hope Valley same way. So this was the first time now I go DJ for like, you know, you know, like it was a big production stage and thing. And so the first time I really get
Yeah, I get a stage
nervous.
vibe. Oh.
Yeah. In terms of leading up, every time I remember say barbecue, I come, I feel something like, oh, barbecue, yeah. But anyhow, and that is when I learn say the more preparation take care of that. So, you know, me go through my mind exactly how I want to approach a show and thing. And then when I go up now and it work, I was like, oh yeah, even, you know. So yeah, so nerves and them things. So I don't get nervous for shows and that because from that experience we learned that all you can do is prepare and then, you know, you just do what you need to do. You can't, there's nervous not going to help, put it that way.
Yes.
So that was, what that be about 108, them time they called grade 3, 7 to 8, somewhere in there so. And then Camperdown barbecue now, yeah, of course them have the same DJ contest thing for say who can go barbecue. So that was a grade 7 or 8. I remember, of course, mash up the place again now, barbecue performance and things. So yeah, so you know, I was known in the school as the bad DJ and things. And then Wavell, for example, was several grades ahead of me, and when them depend like Manning Cup and you know, cricket or whatever.
As in Hines?
Yeah, man, Wavell Hines,
Okay.
man. Yeah, man, Red and Blue, man. Some other DJ for them, and you know, them make a thing there. So yeah, somebody known in the school as the DJ. So by the time, you know, 4th form, 5th form, that is when Briggy.
That was Sprague nephew.
Yeah, man. So Briggy,
Benz.
yes, forward a Camperdown. Is it you 9 or 10? But I really grade 10 and 11, me and him start parenting, and of course, you know, that's when it get active now because, you know, clashing Friday.
Yeah, and him used to clash.
What? And he would have killed me with Sprague unreleased tune then. Jeez and peace. Come here. And that was the first time I did start feel like, no man, it look like me not good because that brother, where him find them argument there only for find out months after that. When the tune them released. But no man, Briggy used to give me a warm time. And it was great because that now did force me for
the plan. I design some things.
Yeah,
for you.
and it help my material for grow because yeah, me have to compete with that level of material. So me can't DJ schoolboy lyrics. So then now, and as it turns out, and this is how this work out. As it turns out, when me go sixth form and Briggy,
Graduated.
yeah, at fifth form, him say I go pursue music and thing. And since, as me tell you, me never got been a DJ. Me just know say yo, me not good enough, and therefore yo, better you take my song them. And it happened that one of the songs when I give Briggy, Spragga hear him DJ the tune and love the tune, and then advise the tune. Now again, all right, but watch this now. Remember that did only happen because, well, I guess what helped that for unravel that way is because Briggy a DJ Spragga tune them, and me have to compete with them. So yeah, so that's how that worked out. And of course, me know say for the purpose of this interview, you definitely don't want to hear me say long story short.
No, me no want. So what you know? So you gave Briggy the tune, and you car from then time I meds, you know,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, me no write song and yeah.
We soon get to that, because yeah, that was man, my alien, alien. So Briggy got the song, and somehow Spragga hear the song, and ended up voicing the song, the street sweeper.
Yeah, and that's how I get to meet Spragga through that. So, it started.
And you were still at sixth form. Sorry to cut you. You were still in.
Yeah, some of the lower sixth them time.
Oh, okay.
So the summer of '99. I meet him first time I go in a Penthouse studio. Well, I think it's the first time I go in a studio. If me not get it mixed up. Yeah, but I'm going to meet him down at Penthouse. That's when I meet Donovan Jermaine, who would have become a manager further on. And so yeah, him was walking and I like, yo, Jermaine, that you would have one DJ for him some holiday, you know? So
yeah.
Artist, yeah, same say it. And Jermaine say, oh, you in school? Oh, yeah, man, finish school and things. We got Jermaine for that. And then, what you call it? Next thing, so, as I say, I never get for really see Mackerel because him did fly out and thing, and would have drive past Capleton and like rounded them at one more time. And more time I there Papi in bus stop, you see Tiger might circle on him bike and him thing there. So, meet, and then Camperdown Barbecue, artists would have passed through more time, but them they over this and you over there, so, you see me? And then Arrows, of course, is down the road from Camperdown, so would have passed and see like Ellie them out there, them time they scare them out and they scooter them and, but it's still not, it's not no personal space kind of thing. And even when you see them, it's still like, man, them bling out and again you look on them like, yo. Remember one time when Cabra did have on something, not a Benz, a card with flex on the license plate. Cheese and pea. The man drive that come out Arrows, but it might as well it was a spaceship. But so seeing Spragga in a Penthouse now, at the first time I go get for their own art, and of course artists I'm rate like that and thing. And my daddy I look on the bridging, so of course I study him down to the T. And him have on a jean shorts and a marina and one of them Air Max there. And of course everything creased like it just forward out of the plastic. And my daddy I pray the brother, so I look on the man foot one at the time and him sit down somewhere like that. So I say the big vein on the man foot, so. And in that moment, they say, right, it is a man like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that now, meeting, no matter who the star is, you just understand, so people are people. And then even in my own becoming an artist and all of that, I always relate to people like that. Like, me just a man like you, yeah, me sing some song and whatever, but, man
is just a man.
Same way, so.
You initially wanted to write for Spragga.
Oh, yeah, so that's how the initial conversation went. I was like, because again, I clearly not a DJ, even though, as I said, I know I can and whatever, but, so I was still dealing with that at the time. And so I was like, yo, if you have more songs, I would have loved, able to write and everything there. So I understand straight up, so boy, it's because I think it was Briggy tune why him do it.
Him do the tune,
okay. Yeah, so, but him say, yo, but differently still how the business set up, if you can DJ, whatever. then, you know, it's like a better idea to say, I say, can I?
So they basically say writing at the time wouldn't really and truly
based
take
on,
care of you financially.
yeah,
based on how things set up.
based on how, I guess him saying how you know, the local industry set up and things like that.
Good advice.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, yo, well, you know, deal with it. I was like, all right. Yeah. So that summer now, 99, of course, you know, my big brother did, you know, Cameroon, a student and thing, and he was always like very, I want to say it now, him always just love music and love that whole vibe there from man. I mean, when I grew up, sometimes I'm like, yo, come DJ, I'm like, yo, man, go do something else, man. What y'all talk about, you know? So you know, him did like, you know, Cameroon studios and everything, and then my brother now, Nikolai Fuller, R.I.P. Johnny Jano. Nikolai now would have be the one where you can't tell him nothing. I'm the baddest DJ ever born and ever will born, and them man, you know, you can't tell him nothing. And you know, they on a touch road, and of course Briggy and other camper down Linky, them Bulla, and you know, we did a touch road, my cousin, and thing, and then of course I still have upper 6 to go. So that's when me and my mother know start war because, you know, of course, my man say, yo, deal with the school thing. So I start get locked out and all kind of thing. For most of the school year, I'm sleeping on my brother's car. Yeah, son that used to wake me up because when the sun come out, yeah. So so that was summer 99. By 2000, I actually start, you know, start going to jammies now and start voice tune and...
Oh, your voice around my jammies?
What? Yeah, the first time I ever record was King Jammy Studio, John Rhythm. It was actually Suku who took the voice tonight. Suku and Rumblood them did it in the studio. And it was like, not about like some 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock a morning.
Everybody got home.
Of course, because, you know, jammies are run film thing, them time the ward, I do them thing, and, you know, so you're not getting no prime time, Bridget. You have to sing when dog feed. So yeah, that was the first time I recorded a song. And then...
That song was released?
No.
No, okay.
No. But it might as well it did release, because I said, look at cassette of them give up and rotted.
You brought it a road.
No, man, just as far as me concerned, a song that is a top 40 tune because it played. And of course, my brother, I'm so proud of it. You know, of course, if anybody, you know. Oh, man.
So, that's what the title of that song, though? I don't remember.
Boy, I think I don't know the title, but I said something. No for them no love to see we flow. No for them no love to see we bust a stage show. We let you we full of ice like Eskimo. Something of the sort. But yeah, as I tell you. But the next thing I will tell you, people, as like whatever you want to call it, upcoming talent, young artist, whatever, trust me, every time you go around the microphone and I say, all right, sit down now.
The boss.
I hit this one. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. I said, this God. Oh, boy. Yeah.
So that was the only tune ever voice run by Jammies?
Nah, man, only a song voice run them, man. So that was, so it was a John rhythm, and Suko them take the voice and thing, and then now, you know, I start hang out around there, meet Wayne Marshall them and Baby G. So the first song played on the radio for me was actually Baby G rhythm now. Oh and Jammies was kind of like, it worked out so perfect for being in a setting like that because you have King, so Jammies are produced, John, Baby G, Christopher. So all of the sudden them are produced. Jam 2. And then now you have even some other producers that have passed through. Them time, a couple sound man. You have dub plater cut. So it was a good space to be. And a lot of people used to pass through. And of course the history and the heritage. I mean, you know, Bunty passed through them. You know, a long list. And I mean, so it was it was great. It was a great place to be early
Good
on.
school.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first song for play on the radio, like I said, was a song produced by Trevor Jammies, and it was Wayne Marshall and Ward was in the studio. I think with Trevor radio station it was. And it's like a Wayne, I said, oh yeah, when I play like a premiere radio, I said, yo, make sure you play the Sassin, you know. So big up my brother Wayne Marshall for that. Yeah. So the first time me hear my voice on the radio was that Trevor Jammies production, and of course he nearly beat down the boardhouse over there. Yeah. What? Cause them time my brother had buy one Adidas, one blue and white Adidas, see me. The one shoes me have.
The one shoes.
And you hear me? You have a thing named Cake Soap and Toothbrush.
clean,
What
man.
you talk about? So I run there clean off my shoes now and it's like me I listen to the radio but me it's like cautiously optimistic. So I say it might play but me don't want get too excited and it not go play and whatever. So I curb my enthusiasm, you know. Then I go and clean my shoes. So when I actually hear like of course you listen to the song 1,000 times already because you know you get it by a cassette and whatever. So it's from the man I mix it in.
Yeah,
me know
yeah.
me know all the background track, me know everything. From the man I mix it, I see so and I said no I lie this. So when it actually goes and play, I fling with the toothbrush over there so the cakes up there and so my shoes fly.
Happy.
And I start beat on the house and everybody run and yeah and of course again I say you see
I hate this. Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
wasn't it at
How
all.
long you stay around Jammies for though?
I'm there for a while, you know, until some of me Zoom J at Jammies, because Zoom J live right down the road. But Zoom J was the engineer at Penthouse. And we used to circulate other studios. Alright, so me make sure, because I don't want to forget nothing. Alright, so Trevor Jammies' song was the first song played on the radio. We used to do around Gargamel
But
music
I
as
Buju
well.
first, put it on wax.
Buju first put me on a record on the A side.
Can I ask you about
Yeah,
this?
man, no, the A side, don't ramp with it. Yeah.
Road there.
Big up yourself, Gargamel. And of course, you know, we ended up being at Penthouse, same management with Jermaine and thing, and you know, we toured with Buju and them thing there. So that was another set of learning.
So you were touring with Buju before you actually got your break?
No, man, no.
Okay.
I mean,
Eventually.
And of course, you know, the first time I go up on a plane, it was Sprague. I have a show in New York and we forward out them time there. About 17 them time there. And not even have passport. My father meet me down a passport office for me get my passport and take on the show there. Yeah.
Where was that? New York, you said?
It was, I wish club that would have been now. I don't want to tell a lie. I don't say New York, but it would have been probably Amazura or something like that. Yeah.
What was the title of the song of Buju produced?
Revamp. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and of course, I tell this all the time, when we got audition for Buju pretty much, and even the same tune, they DJ the tune and...
Oh, so that was Revamp?
Yeah, man, I DJ the tune and I DJ the tune. Man, so yes, Juvenile sang bad, but I force sang that.
Lyrics by lyrics.
Yeah, but I said no. But I say I force, you know, I must say, anyway, you will learn still, you know, you will figure it out. Because them time they, what you talking about chorus, man?
Just
lyrics
bars,
like
man.
trouble. Yeah. So yeah, I will leave them first, and of course, first is only one time, so you know, I have a appreciation for all them things there. I can't say it enough. I mean, Sprague, Carlos, you don't know, big up yourself, endless love and respect. I mean, for all that bridging them, just embrace me, you know, as a youngster, and, you know, show me the ropes. May end up give me someone for live and all them things there.
Oh, you were staying with him at one?
Yeah, well, so as I tell him, when I start get well if I lock out now, I did end up so you asked me early life when I did born. When I actually born, as far as me remember, I think I end up down at Waltham, which is my grandfather by my father's side, grandfather and grandmother, and Oakland Crescent that. And then now, it end up that my auntie them now end up own the place because grandpa and grandma gone, yes. So when I start get the wicked lockout them and them thing then end up, you know, sleep in a car and them thing then. I decided to boy this not gonna work, you know, so I end up ask my auntie if I can go and stay down at Waltham. Auntie Deli, big up yourself. And so I there at Waltham with two of my cousins them. It's like a yard with about 3 or 4 houses in the yard.
Okay.
So the front house now my grandmother and grandfather used to live in that one day. But the day now I go and hold it off. And then we did it for a while until something with me and my cousin them and that unravel. So I asked Sprague, boy, John, you know, I can't stay because I think, you know. So I end up saying, all right, him have a place I can stay at Kirk. So I end up at Dunkirk now. So I actually get a room in his mother's house.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, by the time, of course, it was 2 and bridging them I stayed there. And, you know, I end up get a one room. I like a room still, but you don't know, we give thanks.
Zenza.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sprague Gargamel,
Yeah.
Jermaine, them
Yeah.
man they play and
Yeah,
run
man.
a jammies as well.
Yeah, man, big up all the Jammys.
In the
King,
development
yeah, man,
years.
absolutely, man. And let me see now, as I say, I don't want to left out a soul, you know. Lenky Mars them.
Lenky.
Why you talk? So one time I go on Germany, you know, I'm sorry, DJ something for me. And going on there, DJ. And when I paint, so Jammy, alright, so when I Jammy studio, when you go in at the booth, you just in this room and you can't see nobody, you just listen. It's a different experience because you're DJ and you imagine what going on around there. And then you just hear, ooh, and the tape stop and hear, alright, DJ, come round. Definitely, I know eat this. And then now, but when you're there at Penthouse now, you're in at the booth and the big glass there, and you see everybody in the room. So that's a different thing again, because sometimes the engineer body language and them thing, that man just press the button so and I look through the glass by you, and you just feel like, oh, what is? So when I DJ for Jeremy now, I DJ, I see like the man make up him face, but I wonder if it's a good makeup face or it's a bad makeup face, because, you know, like when if you chat lyrics and see man say something, and I say, what?
I feel it.
You know, or them can't like, you know, because with the lyrics, but so I see man make up him face, but I can't really place it if it's a good makeup or a bad makeup till I see the man give me a thing like this. Take up the biggest bunch of key, maybe I say, look like a pam-pam, and go so.
Half key.
Half key, man. I say, what I mean, because as far as me know them time,
Yeah, bad DJ.
yeah, and me think say key, because, by the way, so layman term now, streetwise, when people say half key, are the actual beat them at about, if you actually on the beat.
Okay.
So I say, I know if you fuck me.
So you're on the beat.
Of course, I say, why am I talking about kind of which key? Half key. And then, like, I go on, and then the man have a style to make it look like, say, something running at them ears, you know. A man grab them ears and run. So I say, what is? Anyway, them come around, them call me around. And say, boy, you have key, man. The lyrics them good, but you have key. Poor men enough for do. Link, you know.
Take care.
No, what you take? Teach. Link, you know.
My apologies, sir.
So Link, you know, there, because Link used to come build with him and
Yeah.
Penthouse and thing, and of course, in a Buju band and thing too. So Link here said, no, you come here, and him play two things on the keyboard and say, sing this, da. And me sing it and goes, da. Man, I said nothing wrong with him, man. You just need to listen to the instrument or whatever. So him, you know, he used to give me some lessons and things just for, you know, get me ears tuned in. He said, when I get that, then dead again. Oh, God. Yeah, man. So, big up Lenky. And, of course, Lenky now used to... Oh, so me that tell you Zoom J and how me reach back on a Penthouse. So, remember, Spragga did introduce me to Jermaine. Mm-hmm. But Jermaine said, go finish school. So while me still there at school, I go and circle the other place, them, everywhere. And me talk about take bus, go off crossroad, walk, sometime go this and you know, up and down, beer, right. And of course, me reach home, beer, middle night and 1 o'clock. So of course, by the way, I said the lockout them, I know exactly. Listen, man, me big up for the lockout because of course, when you go 1 o'clock, boss, you're a big man, all a lockout, yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, we used to traverse the whole Kingston up and down, and it was man, them time. Anyway, so Zoom J. So I meet Zoom J at Waterhouse, and one day I drive past Slipe Road and see Zoom J out at the front with 2 big bag of food. So and I say, yo. So we end up go over Penthouse now and realize Zoom J the engineer up there and thing, and them time there must see Stephen Stanley did a mix down at Penthouse and every time. So you see that them see a big bag of food there. Not too long after that, I would have made a Zoom J. I mean, I carry a big bag of food from place up the road them time. Anytime Stephen Stanley them come mix big food buy and 1 bag of something. So yeah, man. So big up Zoom J, big up yourself. So me and Zoom J now they are Penthouse, Zoom J a DJ and an engineer. So because Zoom J the engineer now, we don't need to wait upon a body to go and exercise and things. So like of course when Jermaine work done now and everybody gone home, put on rhythm and just go and do a thing. And Zoom J is a man with a record himself too. So remember when he had that the Courtney tune, I really record it himself. When everybody gone home. So
mad.
Yeah, man. So that did critical because of course there is practice is critical, man. So and getting actual studio time without having to pay for it. So Jermaine, big up. again, because having a facility like that, and I'm like, no, I mean, yeah, me have my own studio now, give thanks, but, you know, them time they, getting actual studio time wasn't a joke thing. Them time they recorded 24 track, and one of them tape, if I don't lie, me I tell at the time was like 100 US for one tape, and it only have 24 track on it. And then the rhythm gone with about 8 of the track them, and then you have one for what them call Simti or something. So then, and if a singer ever come voice,
come on, the arm on it.
what? When the singer them voice made it hurt, me come and say, yo, me know me not go voice now, because of course, yeah, young artists, you know, the space have left for the big artists, them, you know, so it go. Which brings me to our next thing, you know, the first song on my voice will get a little traction now. I'm actually around a Steely and Cleaver studio. So as I say, you just traverse the place and just hope for get pan a rhythm. And one thing that was very instrumental as well for me as a young artist was the Spragga link. Even if Spragga not dead, you know the Chinese telephone goes. So remember, you know, Spragga sing one song when I write, you know. Then by the time it reach on, I'll walk in the studio and say, oh, so the youth have write the whole of Spragga song. Then I say, wait, what?
So doors open.
Yeah, so
Spragga youth that.
Yeah, but in the sense that you get a little extra consideration. Yeah. I don't know, the door now drop a ground, you know, but I put it this way. Them time I get locked out of studio, where the studio over there, so I have to there the gate I look over. So for example, the first time I go in a Dave Kelly studio, we see anyone that under a mango tree in the yard, and him looks and say, oh, yeah man, Spragga youth forward in. So you know them make a thing there. Otherwise you stay out of gate like column. So going to studios and thing, as I say, you used to get a little bit of accommodation, like, all right, I can hear where I'm up to, you know. And then sometime, you know, you might embody yes, but as I say, man, I'm not really, you know, hearing up fire, whatever. So you call it now. I run a Steel and Cleaver studio, and a brother named Mice was that like him learn engineering around there. And I produce a forward now for do some work for Vice. I think him same come Vice, general degree. Try McLean it was. Them time the Try McLean and Garfield have a thing named Full Moon Production.
Full Moon Production, yeah. Because the rhythm was Full Moon.
Yeah. So I say, who for rhythm this? Oh, and I think me try them down a Germany.
Okay.
So they are aware of me and thing.
Already.
Well, I'm going to say no, but
they are
already. Oh yeah, that's the same youth. Anyway. So I said, well, go on. I said, I can't get, but I said, boy, it's rough still, you know. Because again, a 2-track left.
2-track.
And think they go voice. And so when he tell me that, Mike, they over him shoulder, I say, so I try to figure out why am I trying to tell me, you know? So I say, all right, yeah, remember those vice, and then when degree forward, just rub it off then. So I just vice, it can't hurt, just record the truth.
Yeah, and then you wipe it, and then degree run it.
Yeah, you can't wipe it off if you like it. So of course now, and now I'm saying, all right, I give you 1 track, so no background.
No background.
So man, put on the thing, I'm gonna go around there. And the beat drop and I say, for the Y2K and beyond, yeah, you hear me? And then a couple man walking at the studio, to make money, you know, that's the plan. And yeah, you hear me studio start beat down and beat things now. So, done record the tune now, and I pretty much, it will come like almost 1 take, you know, because...
1 go?
Not exactly, but almost, because I know, boy, I have to hurry up before degree forward. And I have to, you know, been on the time for waste, so... Boom. Come out now and man listen, boy, bad still and try it there. Yeah, it's alright, still. It's alright, but you know, it's not gonna rub off with degree forward.
That's what I tell you.
Then I said that, but it's alright, but when degree forward, the rub off that ratted. Yeah, you hear me? Man, them go say and say, anyway, a degree track still is like, and the man say, no, try, you're mad. You can't rub off the YouTube rate, blah, blah, blah. So that's how that song there forward. And of course.
Man, they try, boy.
Because myself try.
To make money. Full moon with him.
Yeah, man. So that
first somewhere.
Start, you know, get some
rotation
traction.
Nice street.
Yeah. I mean, I would have other songs to that, you know, like my voice for Jeremy Harding. a song named How We Roll. So what happened is you have some songs I did a voice from before, but it's actually when Full Moon come
Push out
out
the
now.
tune.
Yeah. And then now there's some start get to understand how some man wicked boy yeah, because all of a sudden some man now what did gripe and vice, yeah.
Blow it
Start take off them.
brush off.
Yeah man, I wish man that did yeah, man a remix thing and that kind of thing. Anyway, so some of the songs them I did record before start, come up and get little more attention because of that, naturally and But why is a whole heap of different so many things, man. But me don't know if I remember.
And that was 2001 when To Make Money dropped.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah. So
You
yeah.
charted?
Yeah, I get.
I don't remember.
Well, but what I can tell you though, I don't remember if that. I think so. I don't remember. What I know for a fact though, by the time I'm 19, I'd have 3 number 1 in that same year there.
Which were those?
That no.
Roughest was one of them?
Roughest come out to 2002.
Two? Yeah.
Yes, because Roughest definitely was one of them.
The top on the Duale.
Because I would have turned 20 the December.
Oh, okay.
In a 2002. So that means somewhere in there. So you have Roughest, you have I don't remember the rest,
Oh, okay.
But
Like
there was
To
an
Make Money
article
was
and thing that what it come out about it say is when I say the first since Beenie Man or Buju or something of the sort.
Yeah, I mean I say that I'm a dig, so brother.
Yeah man.
Yeah.
You look for
What
that
dig me
something.
dig, bro?
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe.
3 number 1 in a
Yeah,
year.
because you say it in a SASCO verse, Assassin.
Yeah.
So when I'm 19, make me have 3 number 1.
Why you say no?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you said me true. You want me to find it, brother? I tell you the truth. So, To Make Money was the
But
first.
then again, too, let's be fair too. Who qualify this thing? Because them time so you have this a chart and that the chart and thing, and I think to be fair, that when charting did start get a little. We'll never pay for the number 1. But right. I'm just saying that. I think chart did start lose credibility in them time they start. One of the time when you hear say I sang a number 1, you could have relaxed and build house and them thing there. And by that time again, I have 3 number 1 before me at 19 and
no house that
So yeah, anyhow.
So the Wall rhythm came out now and you recorded.
Yeah man, by the Wall rhythm forward now, me legit now. And even me start believe, so right, it look like my boss for true. Yeah, when the Wall drop.
So you never think about when To Make Money drop?
No, because, again, cautiously optimistic. Because I know too much man will have one song come out and
I hate that.
I hate that, yeah.
You did always look on the thing from me, and that's what I think about.
Yes, I hate
but I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that, yes. Yeah.
You always look on the thing from a wider perspective from day one, bro.
Yeah, I mean, alright, so tell you what now. Again, and I think it go back to just the respect I have for the art form and thing. And then I'm just keeping it real with myself because I know every community in Jamaica, you know, you have 100 different artists, you have community artists, you have some promising, you have somewhere should have bust a long time, for whatever the reason. Enough legitimately talented, some man who just thinks of them talented and you can't tell them nothing. All of that. I seriously keep it real thing. So one of the things then what me used to think about at the time is how do I know which one I am? Because the man who have no boss, you can't tell him that. No, I mean, you see it when I laugh. No, I mean, you understand? So me now did I wonder, me I gonna know which part on the spectrum me there. So I tell myself, say, here we go on. I'm actually looking at the mirror and talk to myself. I say, here we 99 some of this, you have 2 years to see if I think can go on. And then if I think start going-ish, you can take another year or 2 or so. But try now. So you're not going to be 25 and talk about you still
I look it
because else me that go buy my house in Mona and have my pedigree dog. So that was my ambition in life, people. If you live over Mona and have a dog where I have to put the sign on my gate was a beware dog. Yeah. And I did want to have cable and a car. That was my ambition.
That was the ambition.
At about 15. Because I would start to drive past Mona for go camper down. And of course, you come from Kentucky and then, Beverly Hills, they up there, I see the Beverly Hills house them, but again, I say, I have some alien people them there. I would just keep it a Mona. So. And I want to tell you, my mother had a classmate where we end up with check over Mona. And again, you see, well, that's a representation really important because my mother carry me go over our classmate, me and my sister, and we sit down on the woman veranda and she come out with the tray with the lemonade and fear lemonade light color. Me I say, what kind of light color lemonade this? And the glass, the man thing, and the fact say it was my mother classmate means say again she's not an alien.
Right.
And if my mother classmate can live a Mona, me must can live a Mona too. So I say, I want to live a Mona. Every yard have and beware of bad dog and what you call it? What them name? German Shepherd.
German.
If you don't have German Shepherd in the yard, they'll lame. And I think them time they're Doberman and German Shepherd around the place. Yeah. So I say, all right, if me I go try this thing for a while, by the time I reach 25 for sure, if it now work, me have to go find something to do so I can get for buy my house and Mona. So I have a conversation with myself. Also, I say, since we see people at all pinnacles of the industry lose them way and lose themselves, I mean, I grew up in the 80s clearly, so you know the 80s superstar, they start here, so who depend on drugs and who this and that and things. So I also make a looking at the mirror and tell myself, say, you shall not lose yourself. We must always look like me, literally. So that's why up to now, I have the piercings or nothing like that, no tattoo or nothing. Yeah.
Mad thing.
I know say, you know, every style would now go be for me. So I know say some, you know, and what else? And then I must always represent myself in a way that I can be proud of it, but then even more so, my parents, my mother and my father, you know, I can't come now all of a sudden forget to themselves and start do things that, you know, no, brother, we don't do them things. So no matter what, you could have sing song till a week and whatever, we still have to, you know ourselves.
The truth to who we are.
Yeah. So back to the question you asked me, if I did always, yeah, I always, I'm glad that I was always accountable enough to myself, but I can't take all the credit either. You know, I have people who I care about and love, and also therefore accountable to them. So, you know, as I said, my mother and my father immediately, you know, my siblings them same way, you know, my school, them thing, them, you know, I have to represent the thing, of course, yeah.
We realize you love your school. Eh?
Oh, you mean, red and blue, I'm doing it.
2002 is when the thing really started take shape.
Yeah.
In 2002, that is when it also appeared in Shatters.
So?
Yeah, 2002 it come out.
No, man, so a long time before that. No, man, so in other words, when you see it, I must say like 2 years after
Okay.
the recording. Then I saw meet Marga, man.
So the recording was earlier than that?
Yeah, man, because me never have no name or nothing them time, man.
Okay.
Again, Spraga.
Spraga make that something happen.
Make it happen. Because if you notice, my name Black Eye on the show.
Right.
Because the part did right for somebody else. And Spraga just said, no, I'm going to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, now the first bleaching bad man, I guess. Because people might say, oh, then what kind of black are this? But, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, so come here and tell us, I think it's 2002 it came out, so fine, not a problem.
Yeah, it was at maybe a year or two before, as far as I remember. Like, yeah, but something like that. It was, yeah, and you can imagine, I'm sure so when you record, they may have to go edit up and
right,
so
naturally, so that, because this now come out for you look over there.
Same thing. So when movie come out, you know, it's a whole heap of editing.
Take a while, right.
Yeah.
I think also in 2002 now, this is when the cartel assassin thing started to take root.
So? Yeah, early on, you know.
Oh, that's something there, from your perspective, or that's something that come about.
All right, so as I tell you, when we used to like go different talent shows and everything there, I always did know, say, comparable to like, you know, the age group or whatever, my brother and all of them. So, yeah, keeping it real.
But I laugh to feel over here.
People, but that's a reason keeping it real, see?
Yeah.
And as I realize, as I said, I try to be accountable to myself and be objective. So if me I watch a show and I say, young talent come up, and when the beat reach, bar 3, him jump on the rhythm, my bother him. I can't tell him.
Bar 4, yeah,
jump. Because you can't ride with him, so I don't want to see you. And then now, you know, lyrics-wise and everything there, most of the thing them we did find elementary would do most of the man them do. So again, you know, every time I see young artists, so what would that mean is me and my brother would have like look on and down. Yeah. And like would I be like, should I? Nah, go bother. You know what I mean? Bridging, my cousin come from England one summer and I don't know if I summer or Christmas to tell you the truth. All I know say Killer have one show over what a place name? Cement company there, so Rockford. Brother, so the first, I think the first big show this me I go now. As just for go look.
Right.
You see, when a man come on the stage and say, I don't remember which show him the DJ, but let's say for example, bad man, look man, juke man. Then my brother look on and that so and it's the first time whenever.
Right.
At the first time I see artist, I say, yo,
In bad.
Bad. Alright. So that are the intro to Vibes Cartel now.
Yeah.
So as it turn out now when we start go jammies and them thing the way, it ended up that me start actually make a name before him. He was still very underground or whatever. We used to see my studio. Not very often, too tough, but even them things start work and then him start part Killer, of course, and then me and Killer them did have a link and Wayne, because me and Wayne Marshall used to plan and Wayne and Killer and whatever.
Right.
And there was even that time when people say me in an alliance, but never in an alliance, a red square straight and but they don't know. We did kind of always have a link with the man them. So anyhow, so one time we have a dance down at Kirk and Butler and Cartel forward and him DJ and thing and we did them and him cool bridging. So when the dance done now, Butler come to me and I say, yo, you know what, Rich? I said, I talk about Butler. The man I said, brother, if you and Cartel ever just only can be just bridging same way, but just clash and thing. And I said, no, Butler, I'm not depend that. I mean, because I go through high school with the whole beanie and bunty thing. And in my view, as great as it was for them, and as Killer, I'm an artist and them thing, and of course, being a legend and, we celebrate all of the man them. I did always figure, say, it was a divided audience. Because you have, like, all my sister, them, you can't tell them nothing about bunty because I didn't know them say, you see me? And then, I used to see that play out. So, in my view, I was like, I don't want to be no clashing artist, but I'd rather be an artist that everybody love. You know what I mean? So, and then as it turns out, when I look on Budran and his direction, and even like a Capleton and thing, I say, yo, when I see them and they're clashing nobody, and when them, so from morning, I did establish that I don't really want to do that divide the audience thing there. Mind you, you have pros and cons. It come along with the sensationalism and, the hype or whatever. But still, I was seeing for my own journey with a rather career, like, stay away from blah, blah, blah. So anyhow, so I said, no, but that now, I'm not depend that. And me think so I decided done. And then people used to pit against each other naturally. So it's like, who are the baddest two young DJs, lyrical, blah, 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 SASCO Cartel, Assassin Cartel, and so people start to do that thing there.
That.
And then now, I was in New York one time, and I don't remember who called me, and I said, yo, where you Cartel have? I said, huh? My voice a true name, where you bad from? Desert Clarks and Diamond Sacks. And a man said, listen this, we don't care where you bad from. I said, so I guess, them just decide to, you matter we no one clash, sing this and see what I'm going to do, So then now, of course, everybody has to say, you have to go answer and blah, blah, blah. So I did sing, I call it, We Are Not Afraid and a couple things, but it did really start feel to me, say, me go down a road where I never want for myself. And as much as I know, it would have been, it would have come with a lot of, what I call that now, collateral damage, so to speak, because you say, oh, you're afraid and you're this and you're that. But, we just couldn't shake the feeling, say, somebody will lead me in a direction that I don't want for myself, regardless. So guess what? Say what I want, say feel how I feel, but I'm not going further with it. So I just,
You just call it.
Yeah. And then to be fair to him too, in terms of, of course, Cartel definitely lyrically one of the best to ever do it too.
True that.
What you call it? I didn't know also, say, him I go say some things I would have never say. And if you listen the
Mother.
same. Oh Jesus Christ, man! No matter how much sun in the sky and how much time pass by Earth, me no mood I never set them kind of thing there. So right off the bat, you know, me not go can compete because me not go there. So
I remember back then, I remember you doing an interview saying that, you know, the thing reached mother, and at the time, your mother did all sick on them, something there.
yeah, so me lose my mother.
05.
05, yeah, and you know, outside of whether she was ill or not or whatever, you know, me just.
And a year thing that.
No. And again, going back to the conversation I'm having myself, if I don't relate like that, I mean, you know, me can't do that. So
Yes.
you know, me not gonna do that. You know?
Yes. But would you accept though that your street cred was questioned as a result? Because people are afraid, sassy,
yeah,
afraid
but
like that.
absolutely. And then when you think about the facts that like people start say, yo, them man they're not bad for real. I'm like, wait, what? No, I'm not bad for real. The music, what the hell you mean? You know? So from them time to street cred, as it were, did start mean less to me. Because if that's what street cred is, then I'm not bad
don't want that.
Nah, because what am I going to do? You know, like, you know, it is what it is.
Yes. We Are Not Afraid came in that little thing there.
Yeah.
That song
Yeah.
was a
And
big
then,
song.
Yeah, but here's the next thing I'm going to do too. So I decided, I'm going to sing some song for kind of address it, but it not going to ever be about him, one person.
Okay.
So it must always be whatever song I'm going to sing, everybody can sing it in their own context and it must mean everything to them. So I don't make no direct reference, but that wasn't because, whatever. But to me, more rather have a big song than have a song that talk about a particular person.
I agree with that,
Yeah,
too, brother.
so Step On Them and him tune there
Step On
was
Them.
inspired by that kind of vibe, but as I said, I never want to make it, you know, direct.
Yes, but out of it, you got some monster songs, bro.
Yeah, man. And again, credit to Butler and them to, you know, it's not like it wasn't, here we are talking about it how much years after, right? So there was that value.
Played it role.
To some
an extent.
But again, as you say, people start saying I'm afraid and this and that. So, you know, whatever. But I put it this way, I still wouldn't change on it. It was a great learning experience, and it led me to identify some of the things that I can mark down and say definitely that's not what I want. And when you know what you don't want, it kind of
Make you focus on what you want.
Make it clear to you exactly what you want, and so some wouldn't change it for that reason.
Will there ever come a time when you're Addy, the pan, you can teach him sit down as a reason, and Addy sit down a reason?
You know, I talked to him about a year and a half ago, you know, and Bridget, I not carry belly and malice on him thing there. Me and Cartel never have nothing in terms of what make okay. I mean, when we start producing Vice for me and him thing there, as I said, I talked to him about a year or and a half ago. Me and Popcorn, they saw me and him,
Nice.
you know, and whatever. But yeah, you know, man, it's cool, man. I not no belly carrier or nothing like that. And of course, you know, craft wise, you know, as I said, we respect, you know,
Lyrical genius,
them and them craft and thing. At least that, you know, as I say, I have a respect for the art form and therefore a respect for the practitioners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sprague got involved as well.
Yeah.
And the man Sprague got it as well.
Yeah. Sprague big up. But again, you know.
I do love them things there, brother.
Yeah.
So I just...
No, and you know, it was a vibe, and as I say, I one of them experience that, you know, I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Yes.
So, you know, we give thanks to you, man.
2004, you were signed to VP.
Something like that.
Something like
See,
that.
the man the timeline.
It's in good, man. We they have to set it, man. So 04, you were signed to VP.
Yeah.
How long were you in that contract for, though?
I think we did the last album 07.
07. That was Get Up.
Gully Sitting.
Gully Sitting. Yeah.
And then there was supposed to be another album or whatever, but me and them were having some difficulties in terms of seeing eye to eye on some things, and we found some exit clause on the contract and call it a day. And then they released like a compilation after that. Assassin Most Wanted or something like that.
Oh, so your first album though, let me clear up this.
Infiltration.
Infiltration, right? And then Gully Sitting.
Yeah.
That was the second one.
Yeah, so
and then they said the compilation.
Infiltration was 05.
05,
Yeah,
yes.
so the CM 05 there.
So that was the year that Mommy passed
Yeah.
and AC was born.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then of course after that now, my whole perspective shift. So, in terms of, so losing my mother kind of put things in perspective in a way that, like what really matters, Because things that used to like bother me before, right? I remember thinking, boy, I would want my mother back, and then all of them things, you know what I mean? So that just changed my perspective a whole heap. And then of course when my daughter born now, even more so.
Yes.
And again by that time I start to learn a couple of the things that I don't want, and start to realize what I want for my life and for myself and for my kids that were to come, them kind of thing there. Mm-hmm. And then even, what I want to contribute to the industry. So from early out, I recognize that if I have such a love and respect for the art form, one of the best things that I could do is make sure that, whatever time I spend doing it and thing, it must be at the end of it for the betterment of the same art form I love so much.
Nice.
So by that time now I start to actively think about what that would look like and what we need to do, towards that. And start to do them kind of work.
Yes. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite, like me have a lot of fear and you will learn as you go through. What is something got to give.
Right. Yeah.
That came out of your first child birth. I get a daughter now, so I think smarter now.
Yeah, and then even the texture of that song, so by them time I realized I want to do more like one drop and reggae kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, that was in and around that time. When that time I start work with guitar and them say my mother and them thing. They like,
that's when your foot was broken?
Yeah, them say, boy, man, I lose it. see the man halfway through that guitar start, I'm done for. Yeah. So by them time I start learn say, like you can't listen to people and follow people and just have to do your thing. Yeah. Cause that was, I said, but wait, what? Me can't have a guitar? I said, no, but the man say, you're mad, brother. Yeah.
Make a couple bars out of that song there, though.
Something's gotta give.
Yes, man.
Something's gotta give. Me get a daughter now, so me have to think smarter now. It means say me a think constructive. Always like say me brain a mix smarter now. Over the years, put in the work, sweat running on me shirt. Yes, the work I pay off ya now, but that's why we are to the world see it there. Teach them sell off ya now. Something's gotta give.
Mad.
Yeah.
Mad thing, brother. As we say, a whole heap of favorite.
Yeah, man.
Zane, and cause, normally people say teach what your favorite DJ. Mm-hmm. We don't really have one favorite DJ. Mm-hmm. Killer me DJ.
Yes.
Cartel a Genius.
Yeah.
SASCO. I have done probably 3-4 videos where you feature prominently. One, the most underrated artist in the business. I think you watch that, you tell me say you watch it. Zane? Best lyricist, top 10. I can't tell you which part you did again, but you did it.
All right.
Best performance, think you're in top 5.
Good, not bad.
You understand? And my 10 favorite album of all time, I think Fury of Forgettivity, the number 9.
Oh, wicked.
So that,
right.
I don't even explain to you what me feel about Agent SASCO as an artist or assassin. You understand what I'm saying? So we have a whole heap of song. Every now and then they'll ask if you want.
All right.
That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man. So, Infiltration, first album, 2005.
Yeah.
Then the other album was 2007, Gully Sitting.
Yeah.
And those were for VP.
Yes.
How well did those albums do from a sales perspective?
You have to ask VP that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That not sound so good, SASCO.
What do you mean?
In terms of, you then know, so you collect some things and.
I say,
ask VP
that. If you want to talk to me about reggaetivity and
Oprah. Yeah, we have to do that, dog. Here,
but to be fair, again, my house never start build them time there. That's so we don't know how well them do. But what you call it? Still learning experience and thing, understanding that side of the business, and even up to now, I more care about the creative part of the business. When I start to get down, the business of the business, it started to lose me there.
Yeah.
So
But you have a business with the business part of
Yeah,
business with
but
an SASCO.
I-
Else you don't have diamond studio and
yeah,
then place there and them
absolutely. I
sitting
get it,
there.
and that's why, you
And
know.
beware a bad dog and then sitting there.
Yeah, but guess what, you know, you have people with different roles, and
Okay,
you know,
fair enough.
so
So you
I
just deal with the creative aspect and
that's what I would love.
the
Now,
team deal with.
me get to learn. Say no, you must have a hand in it, but I'd prefer if I could just focus on
the creative aspect of it.
You know, check emails and you know, all of that. But again, you know, me get to find say, you know, it makes sense to have a fair understanding of what's going on in that regard. But ideally, I would prefer to just, you know,
Yes.
create and know, say, that sort out. Yeah.
You got, so the government name is Jeffrey Campbell. Your first artist name was Assassin. I am assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, we should then just ask you instead of assume still, that name came about at the clashes
yeah,
where you used to
lyrical clashing and thing, yeah.
Camper
Down,
Down and
yep.
them days. In about 06, you added agent to the it wasn't Agent SASCO at first, it was Agent 006.
Yeah, 006. And
So
then
it was
got
2006 at the time.
Yeah.
What led to the addition of that?
That was, I guess, when me that try no mad. That was 06, because of course 05 was a very checkered year.
Right.
As myself losing my mother and, you know, becoming a father, and I try to find a way to motivate myself and for distract myself. So actually, the morning after my mother died, I cut off my ear so that people would have asked me about or talk about the fact that I cut me rather
Instead of ask about mommy.
or recognize that them, yo, you sure you're alright? You know, them kind of way. Like, yo, you cut your ear. So yeah, and then so this was the end of the year, because that was the October, and then my born December, and around my birthdays, I always, you know, get very reflective and blah blah blah, and then of course, I don't know if it's just because of my birthday, but put it this way, the year is ending and my year also is so I kind of get a double whammy.
The 21st or the 22nd?
22nd of December. So that me get a kind of, all right, you know, the new year they're around the corner, me I know this new
1 year
age,
out, right.
yeah, blah, 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 you know, what me I go do and all these things. So Agent 006 was me just creating like a alter ego for motivate myself, being like, all right, you know, I'm like James Bond, new look, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, it's still fitting at the whole assassin thing,
Right.
you know. So that was my little way of motivating myself. So that's where the agent part dropped in. And then, of course, 07, you can't go 007 because, duh.
Right.
So that's when it moved from Agent 006 to Agent 00. And then for me, you know, the 00 is really infinity because I put them together, so blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. And then, I think about stupid
I realize,
things like that.
man. We don't know if it's stupid, see, but we realize getting about everything.
And then now the SASCO part, actually, my brother used to just call me SASCO. I think as Praga are the first maybe year use it, the SASCO. People used to call me like Sassin, and you know them things they got Zoom J, they call me Just Sass. Me that think about that one at the time too. You see me?
Well, they didn't have a guitar already.
With the guitar stage, they would have really some slap me for true. And then, so that's where the SASCO part forward now. And then, you know, I started to realize more and more, so the name Assassin was becoming a little bit burdensome. You know, 9/11 changed the complexion of the world. And so, you know, all of a sudden a name like that just took on more gravity, you know. Assassin, wait a minute. Got a code 5. You know, get someone up here. Be a red light or turn on for me in immigration.
Yeah.
What? Now, one of the time I was supposed to have a show, I came and it was, and the promoter first sent all kind of this and that for substantiate the fact, saying, no, that's an artist and this is the kind of thing I'm the one to mean. And I said, nope, his name is Assassin. Nope, I work with that.
And then in terms of searching too, because you have only Assassin Creed, Assassin this and Assassin
that. You see me talk about it already, you know, go ahead. But yeah, there was that you know, consideration as well. And then now, would it be no so social media was not a thing them time. I mean, MySpace and everything,
so it's
but
probably there.
Yeah, and what you call that?
Facebook just a coming in them time.
Daily. So there wasn't that immediate need for having sort of that unique ID. So like now, instead of would be the real assassin JA or some crap, but now it's just Agent SASCO. So it was very functional in that regard.
2008, Boardhouse Records was formed. And you said that is...
My brother and my cousin and myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is paying homage to
the
Boardhouse situation where you grew up in Kintyre. Mad.
Yep.
Everything have a reason, a purpose.
Yeah, and then of course it connect back on a level now because I was at Penthouse, so Penthouse and Boardhouse, see it there.
Mad.
Yeah.
Mad, so what you say.
Your
first project at Boardhouse, No Linger Rhythm?
Yeah.
Mad thing, man.
Yes, man. Billboard and Bagasse.
Billboard and
I can tell you that did well.
That did well.
Yeah.
Because Ellie slapped with that.
Yeah, man. And the juggling did massive, man.
Right.
And, you know, just even culturally, like it was, you know, even though you go out and you still hear, you know, the juggling player and thing there. So it was good. Big up Daseka. It was David. I don't want so David. Daseka did work on it something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other rhythms that come out of the thing and like run the place. That I want to kill the pan. Clean sweep as well.
And, yeah, I think Killer the Pan.
Killer the Pan.
Country, you mash up the mood. Yeah, man. And
Clean sweep as well. Riverstone. Or that was just a mixtape.
Riverstone is a mixtape.
It's a mixtape.
We have a Riverstone rhythm. I don't remember neither. People see with me. Sometimes the details get married.
At that time, you guys took on some younger artists. Well, and Zumj was actually signed to Boardhouse? No, just do some work with them.
So it was Scorcher and Lady Ali with a work with, and then afterwards, you see what name? My name? Oh God, you don't vex with me, you know. Jeez, Frass, same name. I don't remember. Can't think him change his name.
Oh, okay.
Like that. See with me.
Right. So you were working with those folks at the time.
Yeah.
But Boardhouse as a record label did some good work, man.
Yeah, I must say. Yeah, I'm proud of that.
It's still active or it's just Diamond Music now?
Well, so I don't know if my brother still want to do something whatever with it, but I found my own thing and that's that. Yeah.
So what are songs that came out in and around 2008, 2009 is the next one of my favorite songs. Same Thing Again. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hand to Mouth and them songs.
Yeah. So them time they know me really, as I say, I start to focus again on, you know, what kind of material I want to put out and what kind of realizing I need fulfillment out of my music. And so those are the kind of songs that I did start to feel like I want to sing for the people them who most people not really sing for, and from their perspective. So I do a lot of first person in it. You know, I've never had a job outside of music. So when I talk about bass and this and that, I have no kind of reference of them things.
I live through some people's experiences.
Yeah, but I understand, say, you know, them need to get them stories told, and so, you know, I decide to do a lot more day in, day out on them tune there.
Yeah,
for sing from the perspective of, you know, the everyday Jamaican, you know, do them thing. And then when people see me now, it's like that kind of, you know, I go through this and get me through that, blah, blah, blah. So I start realizing I prefer that than, as I say, street cred and everything. That's sweet cred.
Sweet cred. Yeah. Sweet cred over street cred.
Yeah, man.
Bigger piece of Same Thing Again, no, brother.
Same thing again. Dinner share, dumpling and mackerel. But we give thanks cause something in the pot still. The work not easy, but tomorrow we gone back still. Cause the youth them have to eat. And the same thing again. Mountain the bills, the one we can't pay. But we not give up, now go try the fast way. Come home, come see me furniture and the walkway. The landlord so we can't stay. And the same thing again. Yeah. Yeah, them true.
Mad. And to mouth again.
I'm mad, what a wicked set of people. Boy. Anyhow.
They get 2 bars out of Antidote.
No, boy, so I'm going to stop singing that now.
Really?
Yeah. Word sound is power, you know.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, I bet put it this way, I tell her all the while, say, I better you get the money and it done, then you don't get the money. As we get the money, yeah.
It done. Mrs. Campbell, no check, brother. Yeah.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Like the video before you go. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And remember to share the video with your friends and family. And browse the channel for more quality content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them.